Anyway, now we have the director of IDF, Ratri Anindyajati. If you can please
Yes.
welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ratri.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, Ratri. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are
You
you?
look very nice today. Please.
Thank you.
Please have a
Let's have
seat.
Have a
Yes.
seat with us.
All right.
So yeah, we've got a lot of questions about this year's Indonesian Dance Festival. Like according to our research, it has entered its third decade, so 30
Wow.
years. Could you tell us a bit about the history of IDF?
Yeah, so the Indonesian Dance Festival was founded in Jakarta by several very prominent dance figures and professors at the Jakarta Institute of the Arts, IKJ. It's located at a very historical Taman Ismail Marzuki. So these senior dance practitioners, they're very concerned at that moment in 1992 because in Indonesia then there was a void of, there was no platform for presenting works by young Indonesian choreographers.
That's right.
So they started this festival as a small event, only presenting local Indonesian choreographers, but then the next year in 1993 and 1994, they started realizing that it needs to be more open to international. So they started inviting at least from Southeast Asia, from Malaysia, Singapore, our neighboring countries. From 1994, and then it went on to biannual. So the next one was 96, 98, and so on. So now this year is our 16th edition, and entering the 30th year of their commitment. And at the same time, which is very important to mark, is the regeneration of the team of the festival. So the co-founders are just to name a few, but the prominent ones are Nungki Kusumastuti, Maria Darmaningsih, Ina Suryadewi, and Sal Murgianto. They've been organizing the festival for 30 years, also supported by other choreographers who are affiliated with the Jakarta Institute of the Arts. And now, in its 30th year, the three ladies are now our, how do you call it? Steering committee of the festival. Yeah. So I've been the director since January now, and we are working with a young team, the next generation.
Right. That's amazing. Gen Z.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, but would you mind maybe like just shifting the focus on the event itself?
Yeah.
Can you maybe take us through the journey and the process in creating this event? You know, just the preparation, what it's like, and you know, as we know, like you gather dancers from all over Indonesia, and you know, with the ongoing pandemic, like with protocols that's set out, like how does that all come together?
Yeah, well, we still remember it was only almost nearly 2 years ago that the pandemic broke out, and it was at the time in 2020 that we were preparing our festival as well, and everything's changed. The performing arts sector, not only the dancers, choreographers, but the whole ecosystem, the producers, the managers, the technical team, we all had to learn to move the stage to online.
Right.
Then IDF then decided to hold a fully online festival and activated our YouTube account. So from that, now there is a big shift in mentality of the production and of the work creation. And now we are now hopefully in, we're not really at the post-pandemic stage, but you know, hoping,
there.
Yeah,
we're getting
yeah,
there.
so we're still aware that there might be, you know, we never know what's going to happen. Yeah, setbacks in October.
Right.
So we're preparing under the conclusion, that we might have to be more careful, but we are getting ready to execute a fully live festival.
So it was actually online for a little bit, because I know, like, I mean, everything was, you know, shifted online, and even with the event, that was also shifted.
And now we're going back to offline.
Right.
We're going back into the theaters. It's very exciting. Everybody's waiting for
Getting
it.
together again.
Yeah. The exchange of energy between the dancers and the audience is direct exchange, not through the screen.
It's different, right? I mean, it's something so, I feel like, engaging like this, an event, you know, it's the art of dancing and the audience as well. It's definitely, you can feel the energy more when it's live, right?
It is performing arts. It's supposed to be enjoyed and experienced live. So we started, just to go back to your answer, the IDF always, we always decide on a theme of the festival, which then will help direct the curatorial process and which works are selected or curated into the program.
Right.
So this theme's program is called Rasa Beyond Bodies. Yeah, you know, rasa, we all know what it is. Like, linguistically, it came from Sanskrit language, so we did a lot of research there first. But in Indonesia, it also means taste, feeling, empathy, sympathy. Basically, it's a lot. It's very wide and it's very deep. Yeah. And it's a balance between our mind, the logical, and the emotional, and our hearts. And conceptually, that's very much applied in dance. So, and we're also responding to our shared communal experiences of today, nationally and globally.
But, so rasa, the taste. Can you spill a bit about the highlights of the festival? What are the audience going to expect to see?
Yes. So IDF's program is always, at the minimum 65% is by Indonesian choreographers, and the rest is international. So this time we have our international colleagues from Australia, from Thailand, and from the Philippines. However, we are presenting a lot of work. Let me just track back. So the IDF was, like I said earlier, it is founded for young Indonesian choreographers to present their work.
Right.
So that's the breadth of the festival. So we have a program platform which is called the Campana, where 6 choreographers each year are selected, and we ask them, do you have a new idea to create work? And then they go through several workshops of research, of guidance, of just discussions with peer-to-peer to create a new work, which is then presented at the festival. So that's always our highlight, because we are always giving space for the younger generation. However, there are established, globally known choreographers who will be there as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned, obviously, you know, the difference with having the event online, and now offline. What are the, between the differences of the two, what are you expecting now that the event is going to be offline?
Well, the festival, like, it's hard to imagine holding a festival without the people meeting in one place. So that is what we are most looking forward to. And the festival is not only functioning as a presenting platform, but it is also a place for Indonesian choreographers to meet international and vice versa, and for international programmers, curators, producers to come to Indonesia and see works that we are presenting by the Indonesian choreographers. So there's always exchange of ideas, there's always networking, there's always, just enjoying the festivity together.
Yeah.
So that's what we are really looking forward to. And because IDF also, on another side, functions as a launching pad. So like I said, like international programmers, curators, they come to the IDF since it is the only one of its kind in Southeast Asia. And then they would see, and we call it, they would shop the work, but we don't like that term, but because if somebody from Europe, they like this work, and then they would then present it and make it a tour in Europe, for example. Yeah, so that's how a lot of Indonesian works by Indonesian choreographers has been able to travel and tour. It's because of a platform such as the IDF.
That's amazing.
So how many dancers are going to perform during this year's festival?
Yeah, in total, we are presenting 14 dance works. All in all, there will be about 80 choreographers and dancers involved. And some of them, after they present the work, then we ask them to facilitate a workshop or a master class. So there's educational platform as well that's really important during the festival. So some of the choreographers we invite only to facilitate the workshops and master class, and then also public discussions.
Right.
Yeah, we talk about just any topical discussions in the arts today.
Wow. Okay, so can you give us another overview of the event? How are you attracting more audience to come, and what are the strategies to do that?
Yeah, well, right now the social media is very handy. It's very much different than, let's say, I don't know, even 6-8 years ago.
Especially to get to the younger.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah. And one of IDF's concern is like people, it's very hard for us to talk about what it is, what is contemporary dance.
Right.
We know the forms of traditional dance, we know the forms of modern dance, but when it comes to contemporary, it's not something that's easily explained by talking or verbally, verbal explanation. So
Right.
we want the younger generation to, we don't have to focus on the genre, but we want to invite people to dance in general because it's very healthy for your body.
Yes.
Actually, dance is the only physical activity, this is by research, that prevents the dismantling of the brain, therefore directly prevents dementia.
Wow.
Yes, so that's by moving your body because there's a balance between the body and the mind, just
And
like what Ras
coordination,
said. Yeah,
right?
coordination.
Yeah.
Yes. So just dance. You don't have to be a dancer, and the festival is for everyone. It's not for just for the dancers, choreographers, or people in the sector.
Right.
So through social media campaigns, and we collaborate with a lot of influencers. Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
And we're keen to
Yeah,
learn.
I feel like
Could you
maybe
teach
you
us
should
some move?
see. Yeah,
Probably
we should-
Karina,
please.
because Karina's been out of touch with traditional dance.
Oh yes,
Did
knows
you
all
used
the-
to dance?
She
I
just danced last night.
Oh, really?
3 hours.
Last night.
But I actually did the Balinese traditional dance. when
Yeah.
I was very, very young, but honestly, I can't remember much.
Yeah, but that's Indonesia's specialty.
Yes,
Is our connection to the dance is when we were little.
Yes.
We each learn each of our traditional dances, and that's why Indonesian contemporary dance is very rich, and that's why
Right.
international people come, because there's
'Cause
nothing.
everyone's coming from their backgrounds
Yes,
and just
it's so
coming together
diverse.
and-
There's
yeah.
never an end to the well because
For
we are a
sure.
very rich country. So our contemporary dance forms emerge from the traditional bodies and values and expressions.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think we should. How about we see some?
You should
moves?
also follow me.
Yes.
Okay.
I challenge you. I'm just kidding.
All right.
So,
Wait,
do
but
this
what,
now?
what are the differences
Oh, yes.
between traditional and contemporary?
okay, so traditional forms are as we know it, right?
Yeah.
It's visually it's very decorated, and it's something we learn that was given by our ancestors.
Okay.
We have traditional values, like it's very specific, and the movements are not strict, but they're pakem. What is pakem?
Forms, there are
Yeah,
forms.
there are specific forms. Yeah, and then there is modern dance as well. Modern dance is maybe the development is before contemporary dance. But contemporary dance, basically, if I say it verbally, it's like it's reflecting on today's life, our lives today.
Okay.
What are your concerns? I say about the environment.
Right.
Then how do we express the concerns about environmental issues through the dance? So that involves a lot of research, a lot of anatomical research as well to the body and how to express that issue.
Right.
Yeah. So there's
Wow.
about
Look at that.
Oh,
The
we've got it
movements are
here.
very
This
huge.
is yeah.
You
This
just
is
have to
one of
just
our
listen to yourself, right? Listen to your.
yeah. He's a
mind,
dancer
body.
from I forget which country in Africa.
That's amazing.
Unfortunately, this was one of our mini dance film festival that took place in 2020. By the
Right.
way, right now this weekend we've already launched the pre-event of IDF, and it's on our YouTube account. We're presenting short dance films by 13 Indonesian and Southeast Asian choreographers. And these really, like, you see young choreographers from Flores, from Atambua, from Timor-Leste, just expressing what they're feeling.
So
And
rich
from
in
Timor-Leste, yeah,
heritage
they're
and
actually
culture.
talking about the history of the political history between Indonesia and Timor-Leste.
Yeah.
The woman from Flores, she talked about her experiences during childhood and the traumas that she
Right.
experienced.
So it's a
Things
form
like
of
this.
expression. and,
Yeah.
like,
That's all the
It's-
storytelling as
yes,
well.
storytelling, social issues,
Yeah.
personal issues.
a bit of activism as well. Then.
There you go,
Definitely,
yeah.
yeah. See, you're getting it. You have to come to see the festival then.
You have to come.
I will
Mirza.
come, but first we're gonna try.
Okay, how about that?
Right.
We'll see if you have the moves.
Let's go, Sensei. You gotta teach us.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm
Please,
actually-
we're your students
I
today.
am going
Students.
to take my shoes off because we don't wear shoes
Ah,
when we dance
okay.
contemporary
So
or
we-
traditional.
We do barefoot.
And so I have to say this clearly that I'm not professionally a dancer. I do dance, and my background is Javanese dance. But professionally, I'm a producer and now the director. But I, just to show a little bit more my face. So in Javanese dance, and this is one of the
Take note,
the basic.
Dirza.
What are you guys doing? Come on.
Okay. We're not off the hook, Karina.
So this is why
Not
I
yet.
take off my shoes,
Then I
because
have to take off my shoes.
in Javanese we stand like this. This is called menda.
Okay, here we go, guys.
So
Oh dear.
this is called kangser. Yeah, you're getting it. This is uke.
Look at her feet.
No, I'm working on it. Oh, you have to really point your feet.
Yeah. And then we can go like.
Gotta go. That.
My mother would be proud. She's very Javanese.
Okay, I think that's all.
Oh, that's
Okay. So do you need
I did it,
to like
Mom.
keep that stance? Because
Yes, the whole time.
it's pretty hard on my calf.
Some dances are 15 minutes, some dances are half an hour, even an hour.
An hour?
And then even if we go like this, we run fast, but on our
On her
toes, but still the knees are bent.
Oh, knees are
okay.
bent. It's like a workout
Yeah.
on its own.
So this is traditional.
This is Javanese dance.
So there are forms that you can't really.
Yeah, it's always like that.
This is forms.
Yeah.
So with contemporary, you can. It's more modern.
It's-
it can,
yeah, it's
it's
what-
all up to you then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the idea of what you're creating and what you're talking about. And even this is only Central Javanese dance. In Java, we have still hundreds of other dances.
Right. See,
I'm just so
Karina's
excited.
enjoying it.
You
I
can
know,
do,
I am. So I have something
See,
to perform to my mother when I get home.
I don't do Balinese dance, so maybe you can teach me now.
Oh
also.
boy, I'll have to research on that, but I will. I'll keep
She's
you
gonna
on
be
that.
doing a lot of those in the clubs next time. Again.
It's like, yeah, it's traditional dances.
That was last night, right? Or maybe tonight also.
Oh yeah, it's Saturday. It's Saturday, guys.
All right, but Ratri, do you have any last words to our viewers? I mean,
Yeah.
get them to see Indonesian Dance Festival.
Yes, please mark our dates. The Indonesian Dance Festival is on October 22nd through the 28th. And right now we have online programmings as we're leading up to the festival in October. So please check us out on our YouTube channel, Indonesian Dance Festival, and then also our Instagram account at Indonesian Dance Festival.
Make sure you follow. Make sure you follow.
And we really hope to see you there at
Yeah,
the
hope
festival.
to see you there.
We'll send some cameras.
Dirza will definitely be there.
Okay.
He's a fan.
All excited. Such a fruitful discussion and a lesson as well. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Ratri, for
Thank
coming
you
to
for
the
having
studio
me. Thank you
today.
so much, Matt.
But now we have to take a break as we have more updates from around the world when we return. Stay with us.